Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. Today's video is going to be part 2 of my ankle boot collection. So last month here on my channel I shared my winter boots collection. Basically my lace up boots, the chunky boots, you know, the kind of flat boots that we wear loads throughout the winter, or that I wear loads throughout the winter anyway. So I've shared that section of my ankle boots, so today I thought I would share the rest of them. I have 9 pairs of heeled ankle boots in my collection, so I thought it'd be quite nice to share those with you as well, because usually they are my go-to throughout the winter. Obviously this year it's been a little bit different, but now that we are going into spring and starting to think about transitioning outfits, I know that I'll be wearing these loads again, so I really just thought it would be quite a nice video for me to share with you. As far as my ankle boot collection goes, I'm actually really happy with it. I have definitely added to it over the years, I've decluttered it over the years, like it's definitely changed quite a bit, but I really think that my collection currently is at the best it's ever been. I think I've got some really great just staple items, and so I really hope you will enjoy seeing my collection. By the way, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, then please do hit that subscribe button so that you will stay up to date with all of my videos. I'm currently uploading twice weekly here on my YouTube channel, so if you like seeing fashion and personal style videos, then I share a lot of those here on my channel, so do subscribe. I also share some beauty and lifestyle and London life as well, so if you like that sort of thing, please do subscribe. Starting off with my black ankle boots. So first up is this gorgeous pair from Office. I love these boots so much. I think they are like top. I really do love these. So these are from Office, as I said. They are a pointed toe black ankle boots. These have a bit of a croc pattern running through them, which I think is why I love these so much. They're just, it makes them a little bit more interesting, I think, but without being too overly unwearable or too in your face. Like, they are still a total classic pair of boots in my opinion, and then the croc print just makes them that little bit more special in my opinion. These are absolutely fantastic. I wear them so much. They are really just a fab pair of boots. I really do love these. As I said, I have had them for years. One thing I will say though is that they have scuffed a little bit where they have a pointed toe, and this could be down to a number of things. It could be down to how I walk, and like I kick too much when I walk. So it's just one of those things to bear in mind. But I actually took mine to a shoe place. For the life of me, I can't think of what you call a shoe repair shop. Yeah, so I have taken mine to a shoe repair shop where they repaired that basically, and they are good to go for another few years, and I adore these. I think they look really fantastic. They are in such great condition, in such great shape, and I love them. And I suppose we could call this next pair the updated version. So they're really quite similar but different as well. So these are also from Office. They are also a pair of black ankle boots. They are also a pointed toe, which that's a recurring theme. A lot of my boots are a pointed toe. I just think it's a very flattering style to wear. I just think it looks really great on. But these instead are a plain black leather, so there's no sort of prints, nothing running through them. They are just a standard black plain leather, and where the previous pair I showed you have a zip, these ones have an elastic, so you get them on through the elastic, which works really well for me. I don't have particularly bigger calves or anything, so I can get these on fine, and they just fit really nicely. These are great because they are a little bit taller on the leg. This is it's something I really like, but I never know how to like pronounce it properly. But basically sometimes you get boots where this section is longer, so it will naturally cover up more of your ankle and cover a bit more of your calf, and I personally really like that in my boots. I really like it when they come up quite high, because I think it makes them quite nice to wear spring, summer, maybe not summer, but throughout the spring and autumn time as well, because they're quite high up your legs, so they look really nice with short skirts and things, or even midi skirts. But equally they work really well in the winter time as well. Like sometimes I think where boots cut off can look a little bit unflattering, so for that reason I quite like it when they are higher basically. Feel like, I don't really know if that's going to make sense, but it makes sense to me, and it's just something that I really like with my boots. So as I said, this is a very similar pair to the first that I showed you, but different in its own ways. I wear these a lot as well. I get so much wear out of these, particularly I feel like the last 2 years I have worn these a lot as well, so they're just really great. Again, staples that I genuinely think I could have in my collection forever and they just wouldn't go out of style. This third pair is a very new addition to my ankle boot collection. I got these Black Friday last year, so Black Friday 2020. Admittedly, I haven't got as much wear out of them as I would have liked, but I think that's down to the past year that we've had has just not been a normal year, basically. So this is them. They are from Stuart Weitzman and they are black sock boots. I feel like we really went through a phase with sock boots where they were so popular. I don't think they're necessarily as popular now, but when it comes to this particular pair of boots and this particular style, I just think they are timeless. I really think you can wear them for years to come and they will always be really classics in your wardrobe. So these come up really quite high on your calf, probably like halfway around mine, like onto my shin, but I think that's really nice. I think it will look particularly nice with midi dresses. I think particularly transitioning period, I think these will look really nice with midi dresses. They'll also look great with short skirts. These will also look great with skinny jeans, particularly black skinny jeans, because essentially you won't know where your leg ends and your foot starts, so it will make your legs look really, really long. So it's really great at giving that illusion of particularly long legs if that's something you want to achieve with the clothes and the footwear that you wear. This is a really good way to do so. Also, here on the front, I'm not quite sure how obvious it will be on camera, but here across the front it is lined with pearl studs, which I think is such a cute attention to detail. I didn't actually realise this. I knew they had some sort of studding around the front, but I had always assumed that they were actually silver studs and not pearls. So I think pearls actually makes it look really way more feminine in my opinion. I love wearing pearl accessories. So for example, I have pearl drop earrings, I've got necklaces with pearl detailing on them, and I just think it's something that looks really nice and really feminine. So I think having that in this boot as well just instantly adds a more feminine touch to quite a dark and quite a grungy style boot, but I love that it's got that little feminine touch there. I feel like that little attention to detail will just means that this fits in so seamlessly with my style, with my typical style and the typical outfits that I wear. So really love these, and I really hope I have the opportunity to wear them more now. And so if we are talking new in, these are the very latest in my collection. So these I got in January of this year, January 2021. So these are the latest pair in my collection. These are, I want to say they're white, but I definitely think it's more of a like cream off-white colour. So these are from Office again, and these are, I believe, the only pair of square toe shoes or boots that I own, and I actually really like them. I think it looks really nice and really flattering, particularly with this coloured boot, because it is such a light colour. I feel that if it were potentially a pointed style shoe, it might not look as flattering on. It might just look a little bit too clumpy and too like obvious, basically, because I do think when you go for light footwear, like for example a pair of cream coloured boots, I do think that they almost become the focal point of your outfit. So for example, if like me, you have big feet, I'm a size 7, it's big for a girl, it's quite big, but I am quite tall, so like it's fine. I'm not like self-conscious about it or anything, but I'm just saying, I'm just putting that out there, that because they are a 7, it can sometimes make your feet look larger if the shoe is brighter, basically, or if the shoe is a lighter colour, it can just draw more attention to that area. So having a nice square toe just means it finishes off nicely, so it really does help that. These, as I said, are a cream colour. They have quite a chunky sole, and I think this is something that we have seen a lot this year, that the soles of our ankle boots are getting much chunkier. In my previous video, so my winter boots collection, you'll see that a lot of those boots have really like large cleated soles, and that's just something that's popular right now. It's something that's been really, really popular throughout this winter, and something that I think will continue to be popular throughout winter to come later on in the year. So these are really beautiful. They work really lovely. I think they'll look gorgeous in the springtime as well. I actually cannot wait to wear these throughout the spring. This next pair is from Nasty Girl, and these are more of a nod to the Western boot trend. Western boots have become quite popular. I think particularly wintertime this year, we saw Western boots really like come through. Like, loads of people were wearing and styling them. And whilst I don't have a classic pair of Western boots, so you know, the kind of cowboy boots, I do have these, which are definitely a nod to that style in a more subtle way. So these are a nice nude colour, kind of a camel nude tone. They are also croc printed, kind of, so they do have this kind of croc patterned material. They are a pointed toe. Again, like I said, that is a recurring theme with my ankle boots, and these are probably the smallest heel that I own. So these are quite a flat heel in my opinion. They're really just quite a small heel to add a little bit of height, so they are really, really comfortable. They are stretchy as well, so you put them on that way, and they're just a nice pair. I think that, again, these will be a nice pair of boots for springtime. They'll be really nice to style because they are that sort of lighter colour, which is so much easier to wear and style throughout springtime. These basically tick so many different boxes in my opinion, so many different trends in this one pair of ankle boots, but still I think it's a very wearable way to do trends. So like I said, this is definitely a nod to that Western boot trend, but if you think the Western boot is a little bit too much, a little bit too far for you, then just go for something similar but different, basically. And I think that's a really nice thing, that we are obviously able to do that. If you're not entirely sure of a trend, you can go for something that is quite similar but that you think will be a little more best suited for your style, and for me these are exactly that. Onto what I would class as my fun boots. These are animal print. Both of the fun boots are animal prints. I just think animal prints are I actually think animal prints are really versatile, and I don't know if this will necessarily be everybody's opinion. I think some of you might disagree with me, but in my personal opinion, I think animal prints are just so easy to style, and they're so easy to incorporate within your everyday style and just make things a little bit more interesting, at least in my opinion. So these are from Zara, and they are snake print. So they are a snake print pair of ankle boots. As you can see, they are very dark tone, so like a very dark brown and black almost. I think that when you look at these, you really don't think that this is an in-your-face print, or this is an in-your-face boot, or like these aren't wearable at all. Like, I just think these look so wearable. They are so wearable. But honestly, like with something like this, it's such a good way to style prints and to incorporate them into your style. I personally love a pair of printed boots. So as I said, these are from Zara. They have a zip. They are a few years old now, and to be fair, I haven't seen similar from Zara anyway since then, but I have seen a few similars over the years. So as always, everything will be linked down below. If these exact pairs aren't available, I will leave some similar alternatives down below, so you can have a little gander to see if there is anything that takes your fancy. But I love these. They are just so nice to style. They're just a really beautiful colourway, a gorgeous pattern. Like, despite being animal print, I still think it's quite a subtle animal print as far as subtlety. As far as animal print goes, I still think these are incredibly wearable. They are honestly like quite basic in my opinion. I just love these. I think they're really easy to wear. They look great. They're almost like a talking piece, but not too in your face or too hard to style. This next pair are another pair of animal prints, and these I love with all of my heart, like no word of a lie. I just adore these. These have a whole story behind them. So I think it was 4 years ago, I got a pair, basically an identical pair to these, leopard print ankle boots from Topshop, but eventually with like too much wear and things, it just ended up looking worse for wear. Basically, I couldn't really wear them anymore. The front, where it was a pointed toe, the front had sort of come apart, and I was getting like water in them, and I just couldn't wear them basically. So I had to say goodbye to them, and to fill up that void I bought many pair of leopard print ankle boots, and honestly none of them were the same. None of them quite fit the void as well as these did. So one day I finally found these. I think I was scrolling on ASOS. They are by Public Desire, but I did get these on ASOS, and I cannot tell you how happy I was to find these. I feel like I wear these sparingly because I just don't want them to get ruined like my last pair did. So these are Public Desire. They are a pointed toe, which I love. This gorgeous leopard print, and I think sometimes you can get leopard print wrong. I really think that there's a whole thing with leopard print in my opinion. I really think that sometimes certain types of leopard print just aren't nice leopard print. Like there's definitely a particular theme and a particular colour with leopard print. So this print was perfect in my opinion. It is sort of like a suede all the way around and the heel included, and I think that's what makes these boots stand out the most, is that even everything down to the heel is in this leopard print pattern, which I just think makes them look so much more expensive than they were. These were public desire, so they were probably pretty inexpensive, and I adore these, honestly. Admittedly, they're not the most comfortable. The pair I had initially from Topshop definitely were more comfortable. These aren't quite as comfortable, but they look unreal. They are just an absolute statement piece, a talking piece for sure, and a pair that I just adore with all my heart. I really do love these so much. On to my last couple of pairs, both of these being brown boots. So first up, these, which I think are the oldest in my ankle boot collection. These are from Next, and they are probably like 4 years old now, maybe. They are a gorgeous suede, and I'm surprised they still look this good considering they are suede. I would have thought that by now I would have like spilt something on them or done something to ruin them, but luckily I haven't. These are perfect. They are a rounded toe, which is really nice in my opinion. I don't have many rounded toe ankle boots at the moment, but I just think it's what happens with the times, where these are quite older. A rounded toe was more my sort of thing, and nowadays a pointed toe is my sort of thing, but down the line that will probably change. But with that said, I still absolutely love these. These just, they fit so well. They're such a great fitting pair of boots. They have quite a high heel, which I like in my ankle boots. They zip up at the back, so just a nice little zip, and they are quite snug around your ankles, which I really like because I just like that look. I like when it's a little bit closer and a little bit more fitted to my ankle and to my calves. I think it looks really quite nice, and these I just think are beautiful. I honestly don't see myself ever getting rid of these because I just think they are such a good staple pair of ankle boots to own. They're just fantastic in my opinion. And finally, the last pair of ankle boots in my ankle boot collection are another brown pair. These are from River Island. So these are a classic leather, brown leather. I think the leather styles really are the styles that are going to last that little bit longer, the styles that have that longevity there, because the material is obviously a little more withstanding the awful weather we have here in the UK, so rain, sunshine, a little bit of everything. So these are lovely. I've had these for a few years as well, from River Island, as I said. They're quite a nice dark brown, like quite a deep and rich brown in my opinion, which I think is really lovely because it makes them that little bit more different to the other pairs within my collection. I really try, despite having the same sort of colours, I do want all of my styles to be a little bit different to each other. Like I don't want them all to be absolutely identical, because then I kind of feel like what's the point in having loads of the same thing? So every boot has its little quirk compared to the other, basically. So these are lovely in my opinion. They're just a nice basic pair. These are quite low on the leg though, so these finish off at like just above my ankle basically. So these are probably some of the lowest ones in my collection. So these typically I will wear mostly with jeans, because I think that's where it looks that little bit nicer. With skirts and things, I feel like the height isn't like quite tall enough basically for it to look flattering. This is just my personal opinion. It's how I like to style, how I like to dress myself. It doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, you agree with me or you think the same thing. You might disagree and think that this is much more flattering, and that's totally fine. I'm just sharing my personal opinion. So these are gorgeous in the winter time. They look really great because they are such a gorgeous brown. I find that I don't have much brown and these kind of tones within my wardrobe, so it's actually nice to have a pair like this that sort of fill in that void. They are perfect for winter time, like I said. I guess these are like the winter version, and then the other brown ones from Next that I showed you that are also suede are quite a nice version for spring and autumn time, where they are like a little bit lighter and a different material as well. So as I said, just each boot fills its own little spot within my collection. And there you go, 9 pairs of ankle boots that I have just gone through, the 9 pairs that make up the rest of my ankle boot collection. As I mentioned, I feel like each of these boots serves a purpose. Each of these boots are great for a particular occasion, and I just think that they're quite a nice selection in my opinion. There aren't too many wacky colours or anything like that, and trust me, in the past I have had some very wacky colours within my shoe collection, but in my opinion, footwear really is a place that you can play around a little bit and add some prints and add some colours. So that is something that I do really enjoy doing with my footwear. It's just as I've grown older, I feel like my style is definitely changing and my style is evolving, and I'm much more down to wearing the classic colours, but also happy to add a little bit of animal print in there, for example, just sort of adding a fun print but in a more subtle way, if that makes sense. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed looking at my ankle boot collection. Let me know which pairs were your favourites in the comments down below. Do leave me a comment if you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to thumbs up as well if you want to see more videos like this, and if you're not already subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you here on my channel. A big thank you for watching as always, and I will see you all soon. Bye!